All right, guys, welcome back to Big Time Eaters and welcome back to Big Time Recipes. Today, we've got a classic dish here. We're gonna show you how to cook a salmon fillet properly. Let's talk about the ingredients. All right, we're cooking salmon, so obviously get yourself a nice salmon fillet. We got a wild Alaskan salmon here. We got 2 cloves of crushed up garlic, nice knob of butter, about a tablespoon or 2, black truffle mayo, green goddess seasoning blend from Trader Joe's, some yellow mustard. You can use higher quality than French's, salt and pepper, the Parmigiano Reggiano. Let's go ahead and make the sauce that's going to go over the top of our salmon fillet. So we're going to go in with this mayo binder. I've got this black truffle mayo that I got gifted to me. Shout out to Karen. And then we'll go ahead and put this in first. We're going to go in with about 30 grams, a couple tablespoons. Got my scale. And as always, ingredients will be listed in the description below. Okay, go in with a nice tablespoon of that. A little bit more. Okay, about 30 grams mayo. Next up, we want to add in about 15 grams of our mustard. A little bit more. Okay, so that's gonna hold everything together. We'll give that a mix here real quick. And everything else we can just eyeball. So I like this green goddess seasoning from Trader Joe's because it's got a lot of the stuff that you'd put in here anyway. So some garlic, salt, chives, green onion, spinach powder, lemon oil, lemon juice. So it's gonna go really nice on the salmon, bring out the good flavors of the sea. So we'll go in with some nice healthy shakes of that. Get a good amount incorporated in. Looks like on the scale that was about 5 grams of this stuff. Then I'll go ahead and crush in my garlic. Of course, you can mince it, but I've been really loving this garlic press recently. Makes things pretty easy. So I'm gonna go with that. Crush that in. We do have some dried garlic in there, but I still want that freshness that you get from just crushing up some raw garlic. We will go in with our Parmigiano Reggiano. Whoa, just got possessed there for a second. And I'm just gonna use a little microplane here, nothing crazy. All right, we'll go in with a healthy dusting of our cheese here, aiming for probably about 10 grams. And it's gonna look like a lot initially before you mix it, but the stuff mixes in very well. If you wanted to add in some breadcrumbs or toasted nuts, that would be a nice add as well. But we're just keeping it simple today. Gonna mix it all together and then of course give it a taste. I think might need a touch more mayo. Once you get everything mixed, yeah, it should have something like that. And let's go ahead and give this a taste. And already you can smell that truffle that's in that mayo. Awesome. All right, I think the only thing this needs, a little bit of fresh cracked black pepper. I think we're good on the salt content. So I'll go in with about 10 cranks, get that mixed together, and then let's talk about chopping this bad boy up. Next step, let's go ahead and make some nice salmon fillets. And we are using a wild caught Alaskan salmon. Shout out to Ben Berg. Went up to Alaska, fished it for us with our buddy Noah's fishing boat. So shout out to him for giving us this nice quality salmon. They've already done most of the heavy lifting in here, but I'm just gonna double check, run my fingers across, check for any of those pin bones, and then we'll give it a flip. Make sure that it's been scaled as well, which looks good. And if it hadn't been, we could just run our knife across like this and scrape those off. And we'll go about 2 inches for our fillet. That's a nice portion per person. What is that? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Nice, good portions out of that salmon fillet. Easy as that. May be a little intimidating for beginners, but really it's just about making sure you're double checking your fishmonger, making sure they get all the bones out, and descaling it. From here, we're gonna go ahead and season up our fillets with a little bit of salt and pepper, and then we'll brush on that outer marinade that we made. We're just gonna go ahead and get good dusting, salt and pepper on here. And with that, let's get it brushed up, and then we'll get into cooking. We're back, got our induction burner on a 5 out of 10 and our cast iron on here. It's starting to smoke a little bit. So at this point, I'm gonna go ahead and add in a little bit of neutral oil using avocado. Just put enough to coat whatever pan you're using so that we can develop a good crust. And then we'll get it into the oven to finish cooking at 425 for 5 minutes. Put it in away from you guys so you don't burn yourself. And then we're just gonna hold these in place so that the skin is making good contact with the bottom of the pan. Hold it for about a minute or two. We've got our skin to adhere now, so we're gonna go ahead and toss it in the oven and finish cooking. Catch you over at the oven. All right, guys, we're gonna get our butter in our hot pan after taking it out of the oven. As you can see, Sam's looking pretty beautiful. Final touch for that extra burst of flavor is we're just gonna brush it with a little bit of melted butter. That is looking beautiful, guys. Smelling immaculate as well. But that's gonna complete our salmon dish. Let's go ahead and get the taste test and the dense test. So that's the final product. Let's go in for a bite. And the smells are immaculate in here, I can tell you that much. Bite for me, bite for you, and bite for you. Let's go. Total Mark Twain's moment right there. Perfectly flavored. Guys, that little mayo glaze that we put over the top just takes us over the top from regular tasting salmon to something that's really elevated. You get those little hits of truffle flavor as well as that cheesy Parmesan notes. Once you get through that layer, you get the perfectly cooked salmon. And then let's not forget about our hard work on the bottom. That nice crispy skin to finish everything off. I'm convinced if you don't like the skin of a salmon, you just never had it properly cooked with a nice crispy exterior. All right, with all that being said, let's get the dense tester in here to try it out.
The dense test has arrived. And man, this is looking really good already. So let's go in for a bite. Look at that. Ooh, that crispy skin.
Yeah, you hear that
You
crunch?
can hear it. Get all those flakes
Kind
and
of need a
scales.
knife to tear it up.
Let's take a bite. Oh, wow.
Oh, wow.
Holy damn. So right off the bat, right? The flavors on the outside of that truffle mayo. Fire.
Yeah, definitely makes a big difference.
Matter of fact, you guys already know the deal.
No, please.
You guys
I want
already know
the
the
rest
deal.
of mine, bro. All right, guys. Thank you for tuning in for another successful recipe. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe down below to see more recipes, challenges, and reviews. And we'll see you later.